I also can't help plugging it. One of my favorite formulas I always talk to people about is 1031 paper, okay? It's just another way of educating people, and so this is me stepping out of the counseling thing a little bit, but to talk about formulas a bit. So if we've got examples where people say, I only want cash, then you ask them, what are you going to do with the cash? Oh, I'm going to go buy this other thing, okay? And you got people who get offers, and they want them to sell or carry. And the guy, oh, I'm not going to sell or carry because I want the cash because I want to go buy that other thing, okay? And I may or may not do a 1031, you know, maybe a sale and a purchase. Well, I just want everyone to know that if you have a client with a property held for investment that's going to do a 1031 exchange, they can carry the financing, okay? You originate the financing to the qualified intermediary, and you pass the paper through the process, okay? So any property, like a piece of land here, okay, for instance, that is really hard to have work, okay? And I'll use my Mutt and Jeff team here of Keith and Karst, because they've done a lot of deals together over the years. Okay, Keith has a piece of land that he wants to go use as a down payment to buy something. But he offers it to the guy, and the guy says, no, I don't want that piece of land, okay? Karst's like, hell, Keith, I'd buy that piece of land if you gave me the right price. He says, okay, or actually better yet, I'll you finance it for me, you know? The right price, I would have to put another wrinkle in there to make it work. But say he says, gosh, Keith, I really wish you wouldn't go buy that property with that, because I'd like to buy that from you if you finance it. Well, hell, we got the solution, okay? Keith goes back to that guy now and says, well, you don't want my land, but would you take paper on the land by this guy that I know? And by the way, I know him well enough, I'd step in and guarantee it if things went bad. Would you do that? People a lot of times will take a piece of paper that won't take a piece of land because it bears interest. And someday it's now not a house which is a note with an uncertain due date. It is now a note with a certain due date. It's got a deadline on it, okay? And so now Keith and Karst together, Karst is going to give him that coffee cup down, okay? Will you take that paper coffee cup as your down payment, Keith?
Sure.
Absolutely. And you're going to create paper. $100,000 paper on a $120,000 piece of land, okay? So the guy says, okay, he had a down payment, he was asking $120 for the land, here's $100,000 paper on it, okay? And they work out a deal that they're both happy with. Now, Keith has now acquired that new property with that note as the down payment. He's probably going to get a new loan or ask for financing for the rest of it. Karst now has a financed lot, okay? And the other guy has the piece of paper. Everybody's happy, okay? And that's just another way to make a transaction happen. If whoever's selling the property, if Joe's selling the property, if Joe hadn't counseled his client about the benefits of the paper, it's probably not going to happen. And Joe may be the one who says, yeah, don't take that piece of land because it's going to be hard. He says, hell, take that paper, you know. And when I say that, I'm being a little facetious about how we don't tell the client to do that. You go through the process and let them come up with the conclusion themselves. But this is what we're talking about. How many clients out there do you think know that you could do this? None of them. How many of them are going to understand it? Almost every one of them. You go to a broker, you go to and I always pick on Marcus and Millichap or CBRE because of their unwillingness to co-op. You go to one of those guys, do you think they understand this? They do not, but their client does, okay? So get that LOI through to the client. You know, you have to go through the broker, but make sure that the client, and you'll be surprised, sometimes these guys will come around, but is a room full of brokers. What's the first question that those brokers have when I make that offer? See, notice how more than half of you knew the answer to that right now. How am I going to get paid? Well, you dummy, you're going to get paid the same way you already are going to get paid. You got an exclusive right to sell listing agreement that says when the guy transfers title, you get paid this much money. Come on. If you don't have an exclusive either right to sell or an exclusive right to buy listing agreement, do not come to this meeting, okay? That's all there is to it. You don't have a right to get paid, okay? don't do this if you don't have the right to get paid. You make sure you got an exclusive, you got the right to get paid, and then that guy, that CBRA guy, he's got a LoopNet, he damn well better have an exclusive to put it up there. And yeah, you're all gonna get paid, okay, the same way. And you're gonna probably get paid a lot more, okay? So one example as far as the client. So I've got a client, the gal with those Euclid apartments, okay? I've done about $12 million of deals with her. She wrote a check once, okay? She's traded an office building, took some paper, bought a campground, created paper against a campground, bought Howard's our campground here in Edgewood that you guys are aware of. She's done all these different deals. Every time I close some with her, I know I got her for the next deal, because if she's selling something, she's buying something, and then, you know, either way we're doing it. We have such a good relationship, it would be very hard to imagine ever terminating that brokerage relationship, okay? She's not, if she goes to other brokers to talk about this, they don't know what she's talking about. Now she goes in front of these investment groups and you know, investment, whatever they call them, where all those groups of people who don't know what they're never done real estate come to a room and want to talk about syndication, and she can talk to them about some of these different things and the difference, and that's the key to counseling. And so why I don't like syndication so much is, how do you counsel a syndicate? How do you counsel 5 different people? You don't, okay? You counsel them individually, you split up that syndication, and you have now 5 good tenant in common clients, or good fee simple clients. And so that's, you know, that's part of it. So selecting your client, making sure there's someone you want to protect, making sure they know that you have all the formulas, making sure they do their homework. Okay, this gal, when she bought that RV park in KOA Campground in Kansas City, you think I'm an expert on KOA campgrounds? I'm a real estate broker. I know how to trade property and counsel clients. I don't know what the numbers are supposed to be on a KOA campground. I mean, come on, I have to spend some time doing the research. She did. She went to KOA University like she had to do, and went and learned how to run an RV park. When I set up that transaction to do the 1031 paper, that's previous to the due diligence. The client had to do her job, and because I don't know if that RV park made enough money to pay $3 million for it. I'll help her, we'll go, you know, depending on the level of experience, yeah, we'll go through every number with the people, but she needed to do that part of it, do her job. So due diligence is the responsibility of the client with the broker's guidance. But a lot of times we get caught up in these groups talking about stuff that's due diligence stuff, okay? If, this is what I talk to people, and I'll end it here in a second, but if this person's asking $1 million for a property, okay, and you went over there and you saw it's a bunch of junk that, you know, so much that you offered them $800,000 now, right? But you saw everything wrong with it. They gave you all the due diligence before you made that $800,000 offer. When you come back, what else can you ask for, right? Why would you do that? Go ahead and get under contract at $1 million and discover the $300,000 worth of crap, okay? Either way you do it. But when we get under contract, just like we do in a buy-sell, that's when the process begins, okay? You get under contract, you do the due diligence, you make sure these things are right for your client, because, again, a client's a person in the protection of another. So go ahead and get under contract. I'm not saying go beat up people after the fact. I know a lot of people hate these people who will offer them cash and then they really didn't mean it because they offer them up here and all that. Make a deal that's best for your client, okay? The client needs to do the due diligence. That's the message I guess I'm making here. We can't make the decisions for our clients as far as those things. And we don't know them either, by the way. You know, we're just making stuff up here a lot of times. We don't know for sure what the details are. So don't get caught up on that. Get under contract, or bring the many offers to the client. Let them pick everything out. Get under contract and go do the due diligence just like you would if you were buying something with money, okay? Because trade property and paper is better than money, okay? And this notion that it's not is what, you know, something I gotta get over.